Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to discuss about one interview questions related to the VLAN. So an interviewer they may ask like whether you will be able to ping between different VLAN. So the ideal answers from the if you were to read the guide, right? So the ideal answer would be that you say no, right? Because we have seen like without L3 switch. Uh, we cannot ping between the VLAN. That's what the theory teaches us. But there is a method where how you can able to ping between VLAN and without an L3 interface. So let's see how to do it. Consider this particular PC host here connected with 10.0.0.1. And the condition also, like, you can ask whether they are in the same IP or different IP. If it is a different IP, definitely you need an L3. But in case if it is in the same subnet, you don't need an L3. So consider they both belongs to the same subnet. Okay, and this here the VLAN is 100. Consider this VLAN is 100, and here VLAN 200. That is mapped here. Okay. Now the switch port is trunk. So this is what we read in the we read in the books and all. So whenever there is a host to host and switch to switch, the port will be in a trunk port, right? And the port connected to the host or access port. Okay, in this condition, this will not be able to ping. But in case if you have if they ask like is it possible, right? So you can explore your options. It's not a criteria that it should be a trunk, it can be any other mode also. So how do I like explain to an interviewer? You can simply say yes, you will be able to do it, but with the certain conditions are met, then the IP address with the same subnet with a different VLAN and different switch able to reach each other. What I meant is able to ping. Okay, how is it possible? Let's do it. Okay, and see here we have the access VLAN 100, here the access VLAN 200. Instead of the trunk port, what we'll configure here a access port. Here also the same. Instead of trunk port, we can configure it as an access port. Okay, and we call this VLAN also here under access port VLAN 100, and here we configure the same VLAN that matches the host, the access port VLAN 200. So what happens between the access and trunk, that we know access when it exit the interface, what it will do, it will remove the VLAN, right? If it is a trunk, then it tag the VLAN. Okay, in this scenario, like when I configure the same access VLAN here also, the port which is connected to switch, then what happens it, like, you know, right? So when a traffic comes from a same VLAN, so it will forward the packets to all the VLAN configured on that switch, right? So the packet received on 100 VLAN, then it forward that packet to all the VLANs connected to the switch. So this switch to switch port is also in VLAN 100. So what it does is it will send a packet, but what it will do, it will remove the VLAN 100 from the packet because it's an access port we have configured. So it's travel as a plain packet without a VLAN. Once it receive here, so here we have tagged with a VLAN 200. So what will an access port on the incoming interface, it will tag the VLAN, right? So on the incoming, it's coming without VLAN. Here it will tag the VLAN, right, 200. Then it will send the packet to all the ports in connected to that switch on the same VLAN. So the 200, it tagged the 200 here. When it sees this interface is part of the 200 VLAN, then it will strip the VLAN 200 and send the packet directly to this host. Now the 10.0.0.1 will be able to reach 10.0.0.2. right? So one way is fine. The same, the return traffic also the same process applicable. When it receives it, anyway, it is tagged with VLAN 200 here. When it sends out the packet here, it's an access ports. When it's sending out, it will remove the VLAN tag. So it will come here as an plain packet. Here it gets tagged with VLAN 100. Again, the packet will be forwarded to all the ports on the switch, and this port is connected to the VLAN 100 we have configured here. Then this it will remove the VLAN 100 here and send us a plain packet over here, because the host will not understand the VLAN and all. So that's why in an access port, when they send it, they remove the VLAN, and the incoming it tag the VLAN. In this way, we'll be able to achieve the traffic between different VLAN using this particular method, right? Let's do it on the lab. Okay, I have this already configured, the basic configuration. So let's verify the configuration on switch 6 and switch 7. As you can see in the switch, right? So I used gig 0/1 here and 0/1 to the host port, gig 0/0 to the switch to switch port. Okay, let's verify the host port interface GI 0/1. My configuration is simple. Switch mode is access, and I'll use the switch mode access as VLAN 10. Let's go here, show run interface. The same configure here. I configured in the remote end switch VLAN is 20 and the host 2. Okay, so now I need to configure the switch to switch port as access, then allow that VLAN 10 over here and 20 over on the other switch. Switch port access VLAN. So here local VLAN is 110. Okay, so I configured it. I'll go here. Okay, before I configure, right? So let me put it as a trunk, then I will be able to explain why it is not pinging. It's just only one line switch port. Okay, so I'll go here. I'll do the same thing. First, we'll verify the normal scenario. So GA0/0 switch port access. Let me configure that one to switch port mode trunk. Okay, now switch to switches trunk now. I can verify show VLAN. Here you can see VLAN 10 is only tagged with gig 0/0. So what I'm gonna do, I have already configured the IP 10.0.0.1/24 here, 10.0/0/224. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do a initiate a ping. Now it is in the normal condition when the switch to switch port is trunk. Now you can say I like received a message saying that host is unreachable. Now let me do a reconfiguration as we discussed in the starting. Interface GI 0/0, no switch port, more trunk, port access, making sure that I'll remove all the configuration related to trunk. Okay, it's removed. Let me quickly go over here, conf interface configuration terminal interface GI0/0 switchboard trunk switchboard mode access switchboard access VLAN 20. Okay. Okay, the configuration 6, here you can see it is VLAN 10, here it is VLAN 20. Let's again try to initiate a ping 10.0.0.2, the remote end. Let's wait for the configuration to fail over. Now it says unreachable. Okay, let's verify everything is okay. The issue is here the VLAN type it's only gig 0/0, so I need to configure the 0/1, which I missed it. Configure interface GI 0/1 switchboard mode access VLAN switchboard access VLAN 10. Okay, let's see the configuration is sync. Yes. Okay. So let me do a ping now. Let's see. Yes, as you can see, now I'm able to reach between two different VLAN and the IPs are in the same segment. Okay, this is how guys you need to explain that you need to ask more question during an interview, like when they ask you this kind of questions you need to ask what is the type, can I do any type, any difference in terms of like configuration, and you have to ask question, okay, in the switch what is the port is connected between switch to switch, what type of configuration, whether can I change from trunk to access, then I'll be able to achieve this the required question. Okay, so this is your answers, and if you have any question guys you can comment, do like, subscribe and share it with your friends. It will help me to beat the YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much for watching the video.